Alright guys, and welcome back to a new video, and this one's gonna be juicy because there's a lot of new news that's been happening. Subscribe! And recently, if you didn't know, Miskif got wrapped in a lot of drama, and it's been pretty weird as he's been accused of a lot of things by emiru, who's accused him of sexual assaults, accused him of abuse, and basically mistreating her, and the evidence she gave was pretty substantial, and I'm pretty sure she, wouldn't do this out of the blue for no reason. She's been going through this behind the scenes for 2 years and has not said anything until now, so, it's pretty damning. And this situation is now been made even worse by BruceDropEmOff, who is a streamer on Twitch who got in a lot of drama back in the day with Kaisenet, and a lot of things happened then. He's known for being around that space, but he was also in OTK for a short period of time, which was a controversial decision because he's not really close to that kind of side of Twitch, but he did join, and in a clip recently seen detailing basically his experience, showing that things were off in a lot of the interactions he had, and this brought up a lot of questions for him. So this led to him recounting a lot of his time in OTK, saying it felt like a Get Out movie because, something weird happened when he decided to leave the group after noticing some weird stuff. He was swatted around a similar time, and, things don't exactly match up. It's very, very suspicious, and I'll play the clip here.
Now, I never knew that these niggas was dating. That's surprising to me, bro. Miskif and emiru was actually dating. That doesn't make sense. When you think about it, bro, imagine me. I just joined the org, right? Chat hates it, some chatters love it. And then everything just starts coming out, like sexual assaults, all different type of things, bro. And I'm just like, oh, wow. How did we get here? I kid you not, bro. I sent a text like, yo, I'm leaving. And that same night, I got swatted. Now, mind you, this is the first time ever something happened like this. Ever. The same night, bro. So I'm like, oh no, they 100% had something to do with it. Like 100, that's just how I started thinking. And that's when I literally knew, oh, these are not the games that I want to play, bro. I'm too protected by God. Y'all can't, you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, we can't put two and two together like that because we don't actually know. We can't accuse someone of something like swatting someone over information like this as proof because, this is just he said, she said. We don't have evidence. This is all alleged. But, that is very weird, especially looking at this scene as a whole and what these kind of guys do to each other that we've now seen. They have information on each other that Miskif has now said that he's willing to go nuclear on, whatever that means, that he's willing to spread the information about. I'll play the clip here that he said.
Can you clarify what, if anything, was said to her team at TwitchCon? I said that if she goes after me, then I will go nuclear. And that is exactly what I said. And that is what's going to happen because you can't mess with me anymore. I don't have anything to lose.
So yeah, pretty weird. And knowing that now they have information on each other, and now, Bruce got swatted around the time he decided to leave after noticing weird stuff happened. Almost as if, they're trying to send a message that, look, we're watching or something. It's weird, but, well, let's not read too deep into that because, once again, we don't know. And this leads into another clip of BruceDropEmOff talking once again about another streamer called Crazy Slick, who collaborated with emiru and was also involved in a similar side of the Twitch scene, who was at a party with the OTK members and just basically recounted a weird story of this guy just moving very, very weird and doing some very odd behavior, which is weird because it was at a party where he didn't question this. No one was moving out of the ordinary, so he's questioning why this behavior seemed normal to these guys. I'll put a clip here.
So serious when I say this. It was a party one time, right? And I was in the room streaming, so I don't really do the parties and shit like that. But when I got done streaming, I go outside, bro. This nigga Crazy Slick looked like he was chasing somebody around with his dick out, bro. I kid you not, gang. I'm not even trolling. The nigga came out of the hot tub, no pants. Bro, I've never turned away fat, bro. That shit is still engraved into my brain. That's when I knew something isn't right?
So yeah, pretty weird stuff, and it's basically just showing how weird the Twitch scene is. We obviously don't know everything, this is he said, she said once again, this is all alleged, but knowing that people have information on each other, people are weirdos, we had the Neoth Lynn situation where she basically gets sexually assaults someone on stream, and also now we've seen a clip of Disguised Toast being allegedly sexually assaulted on stream as well, and these people, streamers like Pokemon, for example, just batting an eye and not doing anything. It's weird. These guys are very weird, and it's something to look out for. And now this has been further seen by Asmongold, who commented on the situation, talking about Miskif specifically, and he's been pretty vocal about the whole LA Twitch scene, how weird they all are. And he's just basically saying here in this clip how he's over Miskif's sympathy baiting, saying, oh, he wanted to kill himself and how sad this is. And I'll basically just play the clip here. He explains it better, obviously.
Nowadays, use suicide as a trump card in response to criticism. This is like, really, you talk about, oh, well, I want to kill myself. Well, what about all the people that you negatively affected? Have you ever thought that maybe they wanted to kill themselves? Maybe you ever think about like maybe how that would affect them? No, you don't. You don't think about them because it's all about you.
So yeah, I basically agree with this, to be honest. Like, say what you want about Asmongold, but in situations like this, which is pretty serious, at least he says a solid take and doesn't just agree with what everyone else says at the very least. And that's, at the very least, more than you can say for someone like Pokimane, who her friend sexually assaulted someone on Twitch, and she basically just ignored the drama, didn't cover it, while her best friend Valkyrie, best friend in quotation marks, did comment on this situation and was getting in some sort of trouble. So then Pokimane just puts this like fake statement making it all about herself, basically saying, a lot of you guys wanted me to comment on this situation. Like, what is, it's just so weird. People don't respect people who flip-flop on opinions no matter how nice you seem. So it's no wonder that a lot of people are siding with Asmongold in this, because it's a pretty clear-cut situation of right and wrong. And you know, people like Pokimane and people like Valkyrie, these people, they don't want to say their stance. Once again, Asmongold, you can agree with him or not, but he's going to say his stance on the opinion. And I think that's what people don't like about these people like Pokimane. Say what you believe, bro. It's not that hard. But yeah, at least for Miskif and the Asmongold situation he's talking about, it's very clear cut that Miskif is an abuser, and we're sick of this. Like, what is he even trying to do? No one's falling for this bait of, oh, I tried to kill myself, I'm so sad. It's like, bro, you're pushing on this abusive, horrible behavior onto people, including your own girlfriend, and then giving her a black eye by throwing a phone at her, and then you try to justify, like, expecting us to back your arguments. It's just pathetic, dude. So yeah, speaking of Miskif and this sad situation as well, we have a clip here in 2022 that has just been revealed of Miskif getting mad at emiru over finding molded cheese in his fridge. Like, it's pretty sad, and you can see the abuse right there, even how uncomfortable she is just going through this, and the fact he's blatantly just trying to put her on blast on stream purposely is just so sad, man. I'll play the clip here.
What? What?
You're in trouble.
Why? What did I do?
A chubby found something that's yours.
Huh?
Show chat.
Ew! What the
That's
fuck?
yours. It's literally yours.
That's mine? I'm sorry, I didn't know it was in there.
Why'd you buy it? Why don't you show chat your show and tell?
Ew, bro. Ew.
Show chat.
No, I don't want to touch it. Ew!
You see it, chat? It's fungus.
Are you sure that's mine?
Yeah.
I don't remember buying that, which means if I did buy it, it's been
This
there
is
for a
not
long
even like,
time.
I don't even know how, it looks like it's evaporated. This is not, why are you saying ew me? This is hers. She's been addicted to playing Overwatch and not paying attention to her food.
Yeah, bro, pretty disgusting stuff. Like, he's obviously just trying to embarrass her, clearly doing this purposely, and yeah, man, it's just weird stuff. So yeah, speaking about all this LA scene and just how toxic it is, we have a clip here from Stable Ronaldo, who has somewhat been involved in this situation, talking about Miskif and the abuse. I'll put a pretty funny reaction here if I'm reacting to Miskif's take on this situation.
Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression. I one time did say I was gonna—
Wait, so she... No, I gotta be getting trolled.
So yeah, there's a lot of clips of him talking, and his takes are pretty valid, which, I mean, they're standard takes. Everyone can see this is abuse. Everyone can see if someone's a piece of shit or not. That's just the opinion we expect, and we've got some spineless people on Twitch, but luckily it's not that spineless, I guess, from the clips I'm seeing. And so yeah, here he's just in a clip just discussing how he's pretty much just sick of streaming in general. Maybe it's a law, these situations combined, but yeah, he's getting tired of it. I'll just play the clip here.
I really want to go to Japan. I don't know how long I'm gonna go. Like, I might be gone for a month. I might be gone for the rest of the year. You're the streamer awards? Yeah, we had the streamer awards. But people think I was trolling. I might retire. I think people think I'm trolling because of how much I troll about it. You do troll, but I've been doing this for 7 years. I don't know. I don't enjoy streaming as much, but I did enjoy it this month, I'll be honest. But in September, I was like, damn.
So yeah, bro, honestly, I don't blame him, because it's getting pretty sad. Too much beef, so much drama, and it's like everyone's just being out of this such a weirdo, and he's in the midst of it because, you know, he's involved in this whole scene. He probably knows a lot and just doesn't want to get involved, so yeah, no surprise there. And now, we have some pretty substantial news, I guess, and that is that Neoth Lynn has officially been banned on Twitch, and this is substantial because, as I said before, she sexually assaulted someone on camera, which is pretty bad, and she only got a 1 day and 20 3-hour ban for this. After that, she was unbanned, which is pretty poor and pretty expected from Twitch, which is the sad thing. People saw this coming, but she's been banned again now, which is pretty crazy. And people obviously are hoping this is going to be a longer one, and I believe, it might be, but even if it is, I believe it's just to save face for PR, because now they've discovered that this guy's toast in this clip has been assaulted as well. People are saying it's a bit different to the other situation because he could have said no and he didn't speak up and he's a grown man, whereas the other guy was a bit younger, he actively said no, and people are saying it's a different situation. Either way, she still did it once and did a similar thing again, so rightfully she's been banned, and hopefully it stays this way, but it doesn't void any responsibility from Twitch because they still just banned her for one day, unbanned her, saw the backlash, and then just decided to, take action on it, which is pretty disingenuous from them. But no, hey, at least they did some sort of action, I guess. So yeah, back onto the topic of spineless people, we have NMP Lol, who is a pretty weird guy. I mean, he did a very tasteless joke here about children. He's a Hasan glazer, basically, just to put the backstory in place, and he's involved in that kind of scene. But here's a little joke he tried to do, didn't really land very well. I'll put the clip here.
There are 13 confirmed people dead and 12 campers are lost right now.
Is it children awake?
Younglings, Nick.
Okay. They don't have much to live for anyways. It's okay.
They have their whole lives ahead of them.
Yeah. What? Their whole lives, Bree? That's gonna Bree. When they're older, every job is gonna be AI. Everything they learn is on ChatGPT. There is no future.
So yeah, joking about children. I mean, people took this very out of proportion. I believe he was just joking, did a very poor taste joke. I'm not gonna make that follow someone for the rest of their life, but it's just weird, man. Just knowing that this guy will willingly die for Hasan, right? He's been seen saying, I've never seen the clip of Hasan jogging his dog. He defends him at every turn, and now he's saying this about TwitchCon, where he's basically defending Twitch and saying, there's nothing they could have done about the assault. I'll play the clip here.
She got what is actually assaulted at the meet and greet.
Yeah.
So what I remember at the meet and greets, looking at the video, it looked just like every other meet and greet I've ever been to. I don't think they lowered the security. I think it stayed the exact fucking same. It was just a matter of time.
Exactly. So there is a I've been saying this before, and again, I always say things that are uncomfortable. People get mad at me. There is nothing you can really do if someone was going to do something to you or not. So the thing about this person is they cut the line, right? People are like, oh, you should have been able to grab him, right?
Yeah.
But imagine if he just waited in queue for his turn. They get this close to the streamer. There is no one in between them. So if someone wants to lunge in for a kiss or whatever, there's almost nothing you can do to stop it.
And yeah, that's pretty bizarre and incredibly sad. You went from defending Hasan to defending the branch of a multi-billion-dollar company because, the admins above you are on your side in some sort of political war. I don't know. Why would you defend Twitch? It's so weird. Like I said, they're a branch of a multi-billion-dollar company. They should have had the security there. The guy who was there watching was not even focused on him while this happened. The assault could have taken place, which it basically literally did, and he then noticed seconds after, ran up to him, pushed him off, at which point he wasn't even kicked out of the event, at which point after that he wasn't even banned. He got a 30-day ban, whereas the security guard who actually protected her last time, who got backlash by Twitch because they're weirdos, got banned for life. This could have been prevented. It was very obvious. This guy is being a spineless coward once again, defending a multi-billion-dollar company, and it's pretty sad, man. Yeah, this just goes to show what your brain can do when you absolutely are fighting for a side that is just failing. How can you even defend this, man? My brain is just struggling to even understand this situation. How are you so willing to defend a burning ship like this, bro? What a sad person, honestly, man. And now we have some more interesting news. This happened somewhat recently, and it's pretty interesting. Michael Knowles, who's a political commentator, brought up Hasan Piker's name at the Senate Judiciary Subcommittee hearing, which is pretty crazy. In the Senate, bro is getting brought up in government documents, bro. This is crazy. Listen to what he says, and it's pretty interesting here because it's true. Basically talking about Hasan's dangerous words against his political opponents, where he literally talked about killing people in the streets. I'll play the clip here.
Certain type of left-wing ideology, the belief that ideas don't really matter and that we're really just warring groups that must clobber each other over the head, which is why you're seeing the increased violence there. I think you saw this not only in the horrific assassination of Charlie, but in the reactions that came afterward. The New York Times reacted by publishing the assassination-related musings of Hasan Piker, a prominent left-wing streamer who has suggested the assassination of Senator Tom Cotton and who has said, quote, of conservatives, those mother effers, murder those mother effers in the street, let the streets soak in their effing red capitalist blood.
And yeah, that's pretty interesting. Like, we already know Hasan's in a lot of hot water right now for shocking his dog. And also now Antifa, which is who he supports, got recently labeled as a terrorist group. So, you know, he's pretty worried about that. And I'm not going to get into all the political stuff because I think that's very cringy. I don't like politics on either side. But yeah, it's pretty worrying for him because now he's basically defending a terrorist group. He's defended other terrorist groups in the past. And now he's being brought up in the Senate. So, you know, pretty scary for him. His hairlining's falling off by the minute. Put some more finasteride on that, bro. We're seeing it crumble before our eyes. Honestly, grab some more popcorn for this because this is just great to watch. But yeah, even more news about government officials mentioning Hasan, because this is even on a greater scale. J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States, potentially the 48th president, brings up Hasan in a meeting where they basically talk about how he shocked his dog. And he's just basically saying how crazy it is that, you know, Hasan is just shocking his dog. And he has no morals because shocking animals like that means you basically don't really care about people. And I don't really like J.D. Vance personally, but what he says here is literally factual, to be honest. If you can shock an animal, you're probably a psychopath. So I'll play the clip here.
He has this command place, which is basically if I snap my finger and point, he will run to that place and lay down.
You don't have to zap him.
No.
Hasan.
Not like Hasan Piker. No.
Wasn't that disgusting?
No electrocution of dogs here.
How disgusting is that? What does that tell you about a person?
Well, I think it tells you that they're not, that they're bad people.
Yes.
If you can actually cause suffering to an innocent animal, you're probably the kind of person who doesn't worry about suffering in people as well.
And this is pretty funny because it's actually true and just interesting that we have now the vice president weighing in on this situation. Like, this has gone so far and wide right now. It's honestly insane. And it's pretty interesting that the world has got to this place where we can have presidents just commenting on these, you know, bedrotten streamers, these psychopathic streamers. It's pretty crazy. And now we have Hasan and Asmongold basically weighing in on this situation where Hasan is basically raging at JD Vance, talking about the fact he doesn't know about dog control and stuff. It's just basically him molding. At this point, anything Hasan says is very difficult to put any merit into. And Asmongold is basically reacting, just invalidating him, because Hasan was recently caught talking about his poli-science degrees, flexing that makes him a moral authority on these kind of issues, and it makes him valid enough to speak on politics. So Asmongold was basically just shitting on him, basically just saying it's invalid. It doesn't really matter, which is pretty true, and I'll play the clip here.
JD Vance has done spot training for his own dog, so he knows that it is not an abusive practice. And yet,
it's not what he said. That's nothing to do with what he said. How do you have a degree in political science and communications and you don't even understand what he said? It had nothing to do with place training. It had everything to do with how the training was administered. Like, I thought you're supposed to have 2 degrees in this.
he is still leaning into this fucking idea that I'm like abusing my dog, which is crazy.
So yeah, we have Asmongold weighing in and Hasan molding that he's an abusive piece of shit and he's a psychopath that's now being exposed for who he truly is. So yeah, that's honestly the Twitch ecosystem right now. It's pretty much burning alive and we get to watch the mayhem happen. So it's pretty interesting and entertaining, honestly, and I think you should subscribe to stay tuned. It's pretty interesting over here. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video and subscribe.